This is Shae Biron. The night is darkest before the dawn. Welcome,
Hi,
Shae.
everyone.
Hey, how's it going?
Pretty good. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad, thank you. I'm very, very keen to speak to you. I know that there's been a lot of things happening lately. Um, and yeah, I just wanted to pick your brain. Like, how's it going? What's been up?
Lots of stuff. So first of all, I want to say that I had a couple of big announcements lined up, but unfortunately, it doesn't look like I can share it today.
Oh
Just means
no.
no, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but I cannot wait to tell you guys. And I didn't want to reschedule because I know that having a presence is important, and I know that the community is really important to me. So I wanted you guys to know that I am here for you, and I am, doing whatever I can to really make sure that that you're aware that we are working really, really hard. We're working tirelessly behind the scenes. We've got so many things right now that are just in the works. I wish I could tell you today. But I can't yet.
Right.
Um,
So
but since I don't have a lot to announce today, I do want to, listen to feedback from the community. And, even though I can't tell you anything yet, when it does happen, when I can tell you, oh my God, it's going to be mind blown. Mind blown.
yeah, can you tell us a bit about is there anything you can talk about with Andrew and Caitlin's recent departure? Just because that obviously hurt and it was very abrupt. And actually, I'm starting to realize Web3 is this kind of space where everything is fast moving and nothing seems to be permanent, you know. Yeah, can you talk to me about that a little bit?
Yeah, it was. I am extremely, extremely saddened by it. I mean, not only did we work together, but we were really great friends. We were a very tight team. Like till today,
Hmm.
I still talk to both of them, um, as well as Straith and Spicy Tuna Roll. I mean, we're all very, very close friends, and it was a it was a surprise. At the same time, I was very in disbelief. Yeah. So I am as saddened as everyone else is, I'm sure.
Yeah, because just to give those guys flowers, like they've all come onto the stream, said hello to the community, became very close to the community. Even Matt Mason, right? Like, he's doing very well at Broadside right now. Like, you know, I just think it's important to like have you like yourself like have a presence in this kind of time, especially when Clone X just announced, like Artifact, they just announced that they're gonna stop operations. It's kind of important to show that you're at least you're one of the last remaining ones in the original team that we all obviously fell in love with. And we talk about qualities, like Matt was always in spaces.
Mhm.
He was always like generating hype
Yeah.
straight. She really like understood what we want out of the back cows, like um you know
Straith was like the heart of our team.
mm,
She really was. She cares so much about the Bat Cal community, and I miss her. I cried.
mm.
But
And
yeah.
yeah, like she really understood how, like, we want to be like heroes of our journey, and how we want our IP embedded in our not just comics, but like being able to play in like some playground um, out there. So that dream was alive. Caitlin as well. Like there is it begs the question, like when Caitlin like with Caitlin like not being here anymore, like in the sense of the she's here with the community, but like I'm talking um what happens to our stories now? What happens to the story world that she helped shape? And that's like a big question mark. And then Andrew as well.
Oh,
Although Andrew's always like listened to us, like he's always like quiet, reserved, listening. and we
Mhm.
love all that. Like everyone brings something to the table. Spicy tuna roll, like always leaking stuff and always so technical, right?
Yep.
But like those are the kind of things where you go, well, one, I hope this journey continues, right? And
Mhm.
two, I hope the best of them continues on with like whoever like takes over, right?
Right.
Or you know what I mean? Like, um, yeah, I'm just putting it out there. Is there anything like that you could talk about? Is there new leadership? What is happening? Like, it's
Well, first of all, I have to say I wanted to also call out um, Andrew and Caitlin and all that they've contributed. Like Andrew, I have to say, so last week I was in New York City and with my family because it was Thanksgiving holiday, and he even texted me. He was like, "Hey, did you guys mean to put this on the new website?" And I was like, "Oh," like he still checks, and I was like, "Oh my God, Andrew, you're so sweet. I can't believe." You're not even here anymore, but you're still here. And I was like, I appreciate you so, so much. I was so like, it was so heartfelt that he still has the community's back, but also the team's back. I love that, and it's just tells you so much about him as a person and how much he really cares about this community. And then same thing with Caitlin. She's always checking in, asking like, "Hey, how's it going? What when is this gonna happen? Is that gonna happen?" And so like she knows some of the big things that I
like
really wanted to tell you guys. But
yeah, no,
yes,
even Matt's like, yeah, this is personal for us. I still talk
yeah,
to people behind the scenes about that cows and stuff. So no one really leaves, but I just, to me, like, because a couple of months ago I was in a bit of like, I had a change of like jobs as well, and I was like inquiring about like how is it like in Web3, and it just looks like a really volatile
it
place
is.
to be,
Mhm.
like so, but I also think it's like high risk, high reward type of space,
Yes,
with like
absolutely.
lots of experience
Mhm.
and stuff like that you can get. But hey, I mean, I would rather be in this side as asking the wins rather than on that
Yes.
side
I mean,
scurrying around like,
but think about it. Like the crypto industry as a whole is very volatile. It's so of course everything else around it, like the jobs, your investments, like everything is going to be equally as unexpected and a lot of surprises. And yes, high risk, high reward.
Mhm.
So same thing with the work environment, high risk, high reward.
Yeah. So, is there anything that you can tell us, like, of what's coming next? And do you have any news with self custody? Because that's very important to the community.
Absolutely. So self custody, we've worked on it, we've beta tested it, it is ready to go.
Right.
But I don't
So
have a date yet because that big announcement that I want to share with you, it's tied to that. Um, so when I share it, you'll be like, "Oh my God, this makes so much sense." And oh my God, yes, this is a big announcement. So I cannot wait.
you look so happy about this. I mean, I'm really curious now to find out what this is. Um,
Big.
so you're
Yeah.
saying that our keys and whatever, like, whatever happens to the project, the new leadership, whatever, it's all tied to this big announcement. Is that what you're
Mhm.
telling me?
Yes, yes. And it's something I'll give you a little hint. It's
Okay.
something that the community has been asking about for a while, so that's why I am so excited.
So are you gonna do an Arkham Asylum style game for a back house? Can we wear it there? Is
I
that what's happening?
can't I can't confirm or deny.
You can't confirm or deny. But is
Yeah.
it something to do with our back house?
Yes.
Okay. All right. All right. Now you're cooking. So could we safely assume to say like let's say people that work on some aspects like the interactive reader, self custody, they're little contracts, and once they're done, their job is done, and that's why people come and go on the project because people watch this all the time. They make
Mhm.
speculations out of this all the time.
No, it has nothing to do with like the smaller projects within. It's a much bigger picture than that.
No, but what I meant, like, because the guy who did self custody, like,
Oh,
he's left. It's not because it's done.
um, no, he's still here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So that's a rumor dispelled. What about
I mean, who are they talking about specifically? Because
hmm,
there are a few people that worked on it, but the main, yeah.
so obviously, like, this comment is gonna like springboard me to the original what I was gonna bring up in the stream. To be fair to everybody, right? Because um we when we talk about so I'm gonna bring up year three.
Hmm.
So this is the post. Um, so when this when we had the initial backhouse roadmap, 2 year roadmap, right?
Yeah.
Obviously that's done. The only thing that we haven't got is our keys, right? Our self custody,
Mhm.
which by the way, I could see that I can list stuff in Rarible. So it's also a little bit of interoperability there. But this come out. Explain to me what the logic behind this one is, because obviously this is going beyond year two, right?
Behind the logic of self custody.
No,
Oh,
year three, the year three
okay.
roadmap. Yeah,
Well, okay, so well, if you remember, the project was really only supposed to be 2 years,
hmm
but the year three is, something that we've expanded to because we love this community and we're trying really hard to keep it going. So that's why we've, put all of our ideas on there, and we wanted to at least give ourselves a runway to continue to build it out.
hmm
So that was the thinking behind it. And I mean, when you think about it, so early access to DC3s, yes, we still do that. Self custody, it's done. We just are waiting for this next step
What
in
is
order.
this next step?
No,
I'm dying to know.
you
What
know,
is
dude,
this next step, Shay? So I'm hoping.
I
Is
know-
it
yes,
so? When is part two? Then is it gonna be when you think it's gonna happen? Is this
yes,
right?
it will
So
happen. Yes,
so on part two, you will have the big announcement.
yes.
Oh, oh,
But I can't.
oh.
There are legal things behind the scenes that
Right.
I cannot. You want me to get fired?
No, no, I cannot.
I
Like,
can't, like
you're
I
the
can't.
last remaining one that I know, so
So,
don't get yourself fired, please.
yeah, I
Yes.
know. I mean, someone commented, can you give us the announcement already if you have an announcement to make? Well, I didn't want to cancel on you guys. I didn't want to reschedule. So, but I can't make an announcement because I'm legally bound. Um, I wish
Sure.
it could be tomorrow, but I don't even have all of the information yet. So, yeah, I only have like one little
So
piece that
what we do know is it's something to do with our back house.
it has to do with the whole Batcals with DC3s, everything, all of DC, all of the DC project.
Is it going to be 2024?
No, well, I don't.
So when
Well,
you do these two parts, you made a bet that it
the
might
announcement will
it might
probably
be
be this year. Yeah.
okay. So good chance of it being this year. Okay,
Yes.
because
Yep.
everyone is going to be waiting for this part two, right? This is it, right? Okay, okay.
I'm
Anyway,
waiting for it too. I'm waiting for
I'm waiting for it. I'm waiting for it. I want to know now. Can someone please just and Daniel Heyman, come on, like come on to the channel, make the announcement with Shae, right? We want to see your face. Like, are you still around? What's happening? um that's my call out to Daniel Heyman. Okay, um so Streamlabs is moderating the chat, so I don't know what's happening. So that's not me. I don't moderate my chat. But um so the next So okay, let's talk about it. Let's get in the ball. So what about community proposals and votes? Yeah. What happened there?
So community, we had a ton of votes, right? We vote on like what DC3 covers we would use or the cover treatment. We did the which DC3 to release out of the three series. Like there was the vampire one, the uh, Soviet one, I think. Um, we had quite a few votes on the DC3s. We also voted on the cover of Batman Legacy Cowl.
Hmm.
Um, so those were the votes. Then
Okay,
and then also we were doing the legacy cows, we were doing voting at that point also.
how is that? Maybe I mean we can go there to the next one, but before we go there, and I can see smiling there. But on the community proposals and votes, it wasn't as involved as the first year when we were like constantly voting. You know,
Yeah.
I felt like we really dropped off like this year. I mean, just my
Mhm.
personal opinion. Like I feel like the legacy car hasn't been it for me. Like I feel like we've alienated the back house. I feel like we've lost steam. You know, there's a lot of these things that happened. Anyway, that's just me talking. Okay,
Yeah,
so
no worries.
we did some of these. We did some of
Mhm.
these.
The merch and apparel, we did that, but yeah.
Yeah. So what happened to the merch and apparel? Because
Well, remember the hoodies, some of the that was not within our control. I'm not sure the DC shop had actually worked with the vendor, so it was
with this
behind
big
the scenes kind of
big announcement, can this be sorted out? Like, and
the
could we,
merch and apparel.
yeah, and could we get infinite objects as well? Is that on the table?
Yeah, Infinite Objects is definitely on the table. Yep,
Okay. Okay.
we're gonna
Perfect.
figure that out. Hmm.
Um,
Because we already do it on the MLB side, so that's
okay.
something that we can. But it's also I have to tell you know it's something that we've been working with DC on. It's so whenever we release any projects or any drops, it's obviously not just us making the calls or bringing up the ideas. It's also DC, so we got to work hand in hand with our partner and both agree to something. So if one of the two partners is like, no, we don't really like that idea, then we can't move forward with it. Um,
Well,
that,
let me tell
that
you,
works.
there was a Batcowl, like no, sorry, Batman themed. I think KITH. I don't even know how to spell it, but like really high
Mhm.
quality merchandise, and the Batcowl community has been buying them up. Like really
Mhm.
good quality stuff. Um,
Mhm.
yeah, there is appetite for this kind of stuff. To be honest.
Yeah.
Okay, going back. So gated exclusive experiences. Okay, okay. Legacy cows. Okay, we talked about this. It's a sore point
Mhm.
personally. Okay.
Yeah,
So
we wrapped up the Gotham City District Night Watch, the ranks with all of the challenges, the crew challenges we did the previous years.
okay, this is a very interesting point to me because I haven't seen this. Hasn't been done, and we were talking about
Mhm.
year three. When was year three kicked off? Is it May, April? I can't remember. March.
Um, yeah, sometime in the spring because
Okay.
what is the anniversary? So whenever the anniversary of Batcal release was,
So
um,
talk to me.
April.
Talk to me about the back cows, bringing back cows to life in immersive formats and the metaverse.
So that is something that will be part of the big announcement.
Okay. Okay. So as we explore opportunities and formats, we're committed to bringing only the most stable and supportable updates and changes to your collectibles. So, so this is something that we haven't seen yet and could be
Right?
tied to the big announcement. Okay.
Yes.
Detectives, detectives on chat, I need you to concentrate right now and hold your faith because the year hasn't ended yet technically if it's March or April. Okay, I'm holding you to this because it's in the year 3. Um okay, back holders invited to exclusive gated events. Okay. I guess this hasn't happened too much like Oh,
No, not
I guess
much.
no, no, it
Oh,
has happened. San Diego, yes,
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 San Diego stuff. Okay,
yes.
okay,
I don't know
airdrop.
how many backhoe holders showed up, but it was a packed room. So if you
Mhm.
showed up to that bat dance, it
Crazy
was fun.
algorithms are being dropped in this. I don't know about you, but like I've always had faith, dude. I've always had faith. Okay. The next thing I'm gonna do is also because that's the year three stuff done, right?
Yeah.
So I want to feature the Shadows of Gotham. So one of the chats I run, which is open for everybody to join as long as you're nice. It's an X chat. Everybody's free to join. This is like someone from that chat, by the way. The shout out to the Jasp, right? So I've just added them like really, really recently, and what he's done is he's collected all of the stuff, literally
Mhm.
that we talked about,
Yep.
um, and it's pretty nuts. Can you see that better?
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah.
Let me zoom in. Is that better?
Yes.
Yes, that's a lot better. So, as tribute to the community, like just sentiments and stuff, by the way, everybody again is welcome to join this chat. So what he's done is the chat's like been buzzing and stuff. Like everyone's like sad about what we didn't get throughout the year, whatever. And then all he's done is he's literally went to me and went, "Yeah, I've just chucked all the comments into Chat GPT or wherever else. It spit
Hmm.
out this document which made everybody like completely anonymous because that's what I do these days. Like I don't dox just because of like privacy issues and whatnot. Anyway, let's read. Let's go. That's the backdrop. I've gotta do this though before because it's an important one from King. Any date for the Legacy Cal Deluxe Edition physical comic that was supposed to be for Batman Day in
I
September.
know. It's very, very, very soon. Like within days.
Days. Let's
Days.
go. Let's
I
go. So in
know.
okay, so in between one and two, like your second coming, which is the coming of Backhouse Savior. Is that the second coming of Shae is basically it. Okay, all right. So days, King, days. Okay, perfect.
Days.
Okay,
Hmm.
right. Um,
You know what?
mhm.
I wanted to do a giveaway, but I can't. I mean, when it comes out, I want to do a giveaway on your stream.
Okay,
So
okay. Jesus, can that last? Rube, take me as I am, man. Like flaws and all, bro. Flaws and all. Okay. Right. Let's focus. So what has been said? What has been said? Okay. So many believe storytelling is essential to the Backhouse success, emphasizing that compelling narratives drive engagement and fandom. Some members suggest involving fresh writers to bring unique perspectives, echoing successful storytelling efforts in Absolute Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman. By the way, an amazing month in November. Like
yes.
super fun. I spent way too much money. Spent way too much money. Way too much money. But what is there something being done for the absolutes coming forward? Because
Oh, yeah.
yeah, okay,
Definitely. So first of all, we had a really, really great month of November. I mean, yeah, we started with the Absolute Universe. We also did you get any of those bonus legendary covers with the animated
yeah,
signatures? Pretty cool. So we
yeah, yeah,
those.
everything.
Yep.
I got.
And then your ash can.
I love the ash cans. Let's
Yeah,
go. I love these ash
I got.
cans.
I know. I love it too. I got one also. And then we
Wait,
had all these like.
share mine.
Oh, you're sharing yours. Nice. Oh, that's beautiful. Very beautiful.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm so happy to have like um
Mhm.
the actual ash can and the actual more
The
scarce
digital.
digital ash can. You know.
And now you don't have to like open that up to read it. You can just read the digital version.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
To be honest, I think that's one of the like the biggest benefits to a DC3 is that if you've got, you know, a Lego and you have it signed, you don't want to open it, right? You don't want to take it out of the case. So flipping through a DC3 is like that way you can save it in
Although,
physical.
no, no, I love that, and I love the fact that we can have digital. And actually, one of the questions I wanted to ask is, could we get DC to license streamers like myself to read off of Candy? Because if we're gonna talk about this whole reading experience,
Mhm.
like that is a selling point because people are gonna go and read it off a knockoff site anyway. It's not like
That
people can't do it. It's
mhm.
just like streamers are just talking about it. I've done my research on the reviews and stuff. So streamers
Yeah.
they can't even read off of any platform. But if they could do it off Candy, that is a massive boost to the platform. Can you imagine how much traffic that's going to bring in?
Mhm.
So that's like
Totally.
that's going to be an amazing kind of, just for me. I want to do a stream reading Absolute
I
Batman.
want to do it too.
Yeah, I want to do.
Maybe we could read.
Yeah, we can do a stream. We can just read Absolute Batman, Absolute Wonder Woman. Yeah.
If you could send me all of your like you said you've done your research to see like the engagement rates and how it helps. You could send that to me. Maybe I could pitch it to DC and be like, hey, this can help us, with engagement.
Yeah, like
Give it a try.
literally
The worst they
these.
could say is no.
Wait, I mean these. Well, I mean, I think they're missing out in the future because these
Yeah.
streamers have like 2,000, 6,000 views on reviewing Absolute Batman One, for example, and you're like,
Mhm.
well, if these guys could read it with their audience, and then it goes back to the platform, that's a
Yes.
lot of people going in, and we need new users. So what is
Absolutely.
happening? Like, it's low hanging fruit, guys. Like
Yeah.
the other thing I was
Speak
gonna
it.
say. The other thing I was gonna say was, why wasn't Absolute Batman released the same day? Because that
Number one.
yeah, like that was a big
Um,
miss. That was a big miss in my
well,
opinion. I feel like they could have just scrapped the Harley Quinn stuff and just gone to Absolute Batman. That meant a lot to people to
yeah.
be like, although the Ash Can, by the way, guys, is the first appearance. So it's not like they could have dropped the Ash Can months ago. So it's
Right.
technically right, but still that meant
Mhm.
a lot to people. A lot of people were disappointed with it.
Yeah, well, it's all about timing. So we wanted to celebrate and focus on Harley Quinn in October because that was when we did when we released the Fab, the Harley Quinn Fab, the freaking awesome boxes of mayhem.
Mhm.
And so that was for us a big celebratory moment, and we wanted to make it a themed month. So that's why we kept it to that. And then November was when we started with the absolutes, right? So
But
that's
mm,
I know it started in October, but for us,
right, but I know, I
November.
just think it's such a big miss. Anyway, it's spilt milk, but anything in the future, I would say if DC could just, if they're suddenly starting to get traction from Reddit or something, and we're gonna want it, just drop whatever you're doing and just drop the big thing like same day. That'll be so cool. Anyway, I don't want to drag on
Mhm.
that. I just wanted to bring it up. Now, I'm gonna share the other screen now, and just talk about what we actually want. I want to talk about, which is this one. Okay, okay, so okay, and then obviously there's a counter argument. Someone was like, "Oh, pivoting away from storytelling," because obviously the whole 2 year roadmap was about the unique storytelling experience, right? The airdrops we got meant
Mhm.
something. Like it became a box. Like well, the back cows birthed the legacy cow, the first DC NFT comic.
Yes.
Created like with our votes. Like literally, we voted on absolutely everything. That's the engagement we're
Mhm.
missing.
I
And it's just
know.
like, to me, it's not even just a collectible; it's an experience. So you
Right.
can't take that experience away from me. But obviously, what the other guy is saying is like, well, actually, there's money to be made in absolute, for example, and comics, right? So, and
Yeah.
obviously, crypto is happening, and we're
Right.
still in our ecosystem. I know there's
Mhm.
USDC in, but we still haven't got our keys. If we were really open, but you're saying this is to do with the big announcement, right? This is all
Yes.
right,
Yes.
right.
And
Okay,
it's ready. It's all done and set to go, 100%. It's just sitting and waiting until this thing happens, this next big thing, and then we'll be able to.
okay.
Um, and
And
then going back to the statement about, pivoting away from storytelling could allow DC to prioritize monetization efforts. you know, we are a business. We need to survive. So if we're not, if we're not able to make enough money to survive, to pay employees, we have to pivot and find a way to keep the business going. Otherwise, just like everything else, it'll just go away. We don't
Hmm.
want that to happen.
No.
So we're working hard. We're working
Yeah.
hard to make sure that, we keep everyone happy, not just our partner, but absolutely the community and new community members. So we're trying different things and, whatever helps.
What's the next big thing, Shay? Well, there goes my sleep for the next couple of weeks. Mm.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I my hands are tied. I want to tell you guys so badly, but I can't.
Fair, fair. Okay. Ownership, decentralization, IP constraints. So the community understands that DC owns the Batman IP and may limit certain aspects of decentralized content creation. Members are advocating for more creative liberties, such as allowing account holders to use NFTs in creative ways, including VRM integrations, potentially leading to immersive multiverse experiences.
Mhm.
So I heard multiverse today already on the year 3 roadmap. So, but what I would say is this, right? With CloneX discontinuing, I think we want more of that. I mean, we're gonna always gonna keep pushing for it. I mean, if we could take over this project, we would. Like, if the Backhouse IP was on sale, I would get all my guys to try and crowdfund and buy this thing, literally.
Mhm.
And we want our 3D files. We want to be Batman in our own rights and with our own powers and see ourselves in comics and all this fun stuff. Go into the metaverse, right? Anyway, I mean, again, this is a constant fight. So, number
Wow.
3, the community sees potential in integrating digital collectibles with physical comic releases. Okay, I've talked about this.
Yeah.
Linking digital releases with physical comics, allowing for future blockchain verified physical frames, infinite objects, and enabling
Mhm.
digital assets to have interactive elements or unique utilities. Members are hopeful for digital comics to evolve with features like decision making abilities. Again, more votes,
Mhm. Mhm.
creating a new kind of interactive experience.
So
Now,
this already happened with Catwoman, the Catwoman comic that we dropped at Comic-Con. We did physical and digital, so that was our first time doing it. Now Batman Legacy Cal will be the second one. So we are working on it. It's happening.
okay, so now that the interactive reader thing has been brought up, there was a guy, and I'm not sure if you could talk about this. Is it Christopher Wallace? He
Yes.
he did leak something. What is
Mhm.
happening with that interactive reader? Because
So
he released something, and I will show it on stream. But yeah, please continue. Yep, go ahead.
so we're considering, different options right now. We're gonna try to repair the current one, or what we may try to replace with the one that Chris designed, but it's gonna take a few months because, it just takes time to get things done. We don't have a very large engineering team at this point,
Mhm.
so we wanna make sure we do it right and we implement it so that we don't have to keep fixing any bugs. So it is in the works.
Mhm. But let me just find that link. Ah, there it is. So where was it? This one.
Mhm. Yeah, I miss Chris. He's an amazing artist. He's so good.
Okay, so what is happening with the interactive reader? Just because I've had the current reader crash out on me. I'm sure it's not the first time you've heard about this, but
Yeah.
like, reading the actual comic book is really important to me these days with the Absolute series because it's actually the first time I'm reading it, and I love reading like zooming into the panels. Like I don't just do that like when I'm reading the physical comic. But is
Yeah.
there? So you're saying it could take months? Does it? Is it pending with this big announcement again, or I mean that can be the
Not
excuse, right? I
necessarily.
mean, we could get it
No,
soon.
not necessarily. That one's not pending the big announcement. That one is just pending, you know, just the ability to work on it. It's just bandwidth, and yeah, that's why it's going to take a couple months.
So Omi Power, apologies. Like my Streamlabs is like chop up what you're trying to say in like different sentences because I for some reason it doesn't like it. But anyway, so okay, fine. So can you see that by the way? Oh,
Um,
yeah,
what were
no,
you saying, Streamlabs? Oh, is it giving us?
no, it's all right.
Okay.
Okay, so sorry. What was the thing with interactive comic? Is that something that we can get like relatively soon? I mean, that would be something to see.
Mhm.
'Cause obviously we had.
Yes,
Oh, by the way, we
they're
had a
working on
website change as well. We had the website change.
it.
Um,
Yes. Do you guys like it? The new UI?
um, yeah. I mean, it was a bit buggy to begin with. It's getting better. I think the
Mhm.
rarity is something that, and I think
Yeah.
the yeah, it still needs a little bit more tweak, but I'm starting to get used to it. I mean, is that like something that we can get the new reader, or is that still on the under decision? Because we really would like something more stable, at least, you know.
Yeah, well, I know that they're working on it. They're trying to decide which direction to go. Um, Again, like I said, it's all about bandwidth right now to see how,
Mhm.
in order to determine how much time it would take to implement it. But we are very aware and we are working on it. So, but
Okay,
again, it'll take a couple months.
so Only Power, when you say all down 100%, what self custody features are there? Withdrawal, deposit, ability to read comics while holding in self custody wallet. Hmm.
So if you guys check out the videos that are on Candy's YouTube, we show like what's possible, what you can do with it. Right now you cannot, you know, transfer it back in at this time. That's something that is down the road that we may work on, but I don't know all of the details. That's the engineering team that would be able to answer that.
Mhm.
Um, so yeah,
Okay.
with walls, yeah, for sure.
All right, but it's pending the big announcement as well, like the
No, that
keys.
one's well, yeah,
Like,
that one is, yes. Yeah, self-custody is.
yes, okay. Any possibility of community events sponsored by Candy?
Mm, not at the moment because usually we wait for like, big milestones. Like for example, when we did Comic-Con in July, or if we are able to do New York Comic-Con next October. So it depends. Um, you know, with Andrew and Caitlin and Straith gone, and I'm kind of just like,
Okay, you're pending, yeah,
yeah.
you're
So
pending
sorry,
the
go
big
ahead.
announcement again, right? Pretty much. Okay.
Yes, yes,
Okay.
that will
Um,
definitely help.
I like it. Mobile version is quick and simple. Perfect. Is
Oh, great.
Overdrive dead, by the way? No? Overdrive dead? What's happening with Overdrive?
Um, I want to say for now, it's not that it's dead, but we are trying to find other ways to. Ooh, there was another one. I have another. Well, this announcement is December. So I have another announcement that's like still waiting to get like final legal sign off on it. And
Happening right
and
now.
I don't want to say it doesn't take over. It's not like Overdrive and it doesn't take over it, but it's something that um I don't want to say it replaces it because it doesn't really replace it, but it, and then also overdrive is something that, it is an experience. So we're going to try to build more experiences. Don't hold me to that. I can't make any promises because, again, this big announcement that I really want to share with you guys, that will kind of help us with direction.
Mm.
That'll determine the direction of like how many more experiences we build, what kind of experiences we build. Do we actually do it? So there's a lot. What? Did you say
Yeah.
something?
No, no, no.
Yeah, so there's a lot going on, a lot of strategizing, a lot of figuring out like what we want to do next. So
Mhm.
all of that is, you know,
As long as you
once
take
this big announcement comes out, then we can start planning all of the other,
so
experiences and projects.
so the back house and the comic folks are both gonna be happy, and our keys are gonna be all hanging off of this as well. Wow, there
I
is a
was
lot hanging out from this big announcement.
Yes.
Ooh, broader community-centric ideas. Oh, suggestions include. Oh, okay, here we go. I think I skipped the whole thing. Canyon is seen as a facilitator rather than a primary driver, backhouse vision. But this is prior to the community knowing about this big announcement. Um, Obviously, this is all remains to be seen, right? Um,
Hmm.
NFT experience through digital utilities potentially reduce perceptions of project as a cash grab. Suggestions include
Hmm.
allowing background entities to be read or displayed off platform. I guess this is like comics, comics to be read off of platform. Um,
Yeah.
is that being addressed? Do you know about unique digital signatures and engaging interactive experiences? So obviously, digital signatures that would be great because a
Hmm.
lot of people hunt.
We got them for those two bonus legendaries,
Yes, but
digital
I think
signature.
yeah, I think what they meant was like if they just track down an artist somewhere that could then do a signature and then they can authenticate, I don't know, by actually getting the artist to sign it, off the cuff. But then that would put me at a
Okay.
disadvantage, but that's fine. You guys, you Americans could have fun. But yeah, I think that's what they mean. And also the being read off platform. I think this is really important because the question
Yeah.
is if we have our self custody in our comics or in our back house, could
Mhm.
we one the JPEG for the backhouse is not going to be host decentralized somewhere, and who's going to pay to keep the lights running? Could there be could there be assurance that that PFP is going to have the JPEG running forever? And also for the interactive comic reader, is it going to be um is it going to be hosted somewhere? If like let's say the whole thing rugs, is there going to be security as to like where the files are stored and stuff? I think that's what that's trying to
Well,
say.
I think that's when self-custody comes into play, right? When you own something and you can take it off platform, you know what I mean? So,
Yeah. So obviously you take that off platform, you have the token, which is the most important thing, which is an NFT. I guess people right now, because people are in centralized platforms, they don't know the concept of actual true ownership, some of them.
mhm,
And also I guess the continuity of like, okay, it's like let's like say like, tweet the tweeties, for example, from Nifties, right? Like they're in ETH. And I guess there's also a concept of is it ordinals where they
yeah.
actually embed the image into. So I have to think about that Palm, and would Palm carry on the next iteration of whatever's happening? Is the Palm blockchain gonna live on?
Yeah, it's gonna live on, but the announcement will I have to speak cryptically because I don't wanna,
Yeah, good,
um,
good. You're
fired.
not. Yeah.
Um, things will change for the better, and I promise you, you guys are just gonna your minds are gonna be blown.
Let's go.
Hey,
Anyway,
it's all
I have
good.
a lot to get through. So, okay, members
Right.
suggested crossovers with other IPs, including Marvel and Broadside. They include unique hybrid experiences. So, if, well, I mean, could this be possible in the future?
It's
Potentially
possible.
possible. Okay. Any
Again,
elaboration? Any
so
elaboration?
again, this is something that, similar to, yeah, it is part of the big announcement, this one, because
Okay.
especially crossover
Let's go.
and
Bones up. Let's go. That makes the
and
beginning of the
especially with
project.
self-custody, you know what I mean? All of that, I think, will allow for, this, like, broader community
Yeah.
crossover thing.
Okay. Perfect. So there's a desire for community-driven content where holders could have unique, personalized interactions within the Batgirl universe, such as Batman appearing in the reader's specific cowl. So I guess what it's trying to say is like, if we can embed our Batcowls into a comic book, and that would
Mhm.
be like make that comic book a one of one, that would be so freaking awesome.
That would be awesome.
Potential technical enhancement. And it says a universal comic. We've touched upon this,
Yeah.
but I guess blockchain based, so not tied
Yep.
to a centralized platform. Really
Mhm.
good idea. Vision features like YouTube content showcase and panel. Yeah, like I said, if we could literally stream the content of our reading comics, we will read the comics. We will, as a community, talk about the actual stories in the comics. Anyway, community believes the Backup project has vast untapped potential with opportunities to revolutionize the digital comic landscape by enhancing storytelling, adding utility, embracing community involvement in a meaningful way. They urge DC to consider community-driven approaches to sustain and evolve the Backup project, aligning with Web3 principles while capitalizing on new technological possibilities. Perfect. One more thing I wanted to share was a continuation of that, and to finish off the stream. Well, not the stream itself, but actual the boring stuff I have to go through. Not the boring stuff, really exciting stuff. I've been spoon fed this by the community anyway. So they made my job really easy because feedback is really easy to get.
Mhm.
Can you see that? Okay. It's a bit.
Are you sharing? Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, I can see it.
Moving back, Kyle's DC Comics to OpenSea. Many community members see OpenSea. So OpenSea is a nice little like, well, I mean, it's just known, right? And OpenSea is
Mhm.
gonna apparently have another big announcement. So, if your big announcement team could, or whatever the big announcement, whatever, if they could consider OpenSea, that would be amazing, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
Many remember, yeah, increase the visibility and expand market access. So much like the idea of actually having streamers be able to go into Candy to read and like obviously open blockchain, that'd be really cool. Concerns
Mhm.
raised by the inability to return NFTs to the Candy platform. You said that this was
So
essentially phase two. You said.
yeah, yeah. So it's something we can't do right now, right off the bat, but it's not like we can't do it later.
Mhm.
Work
Strong
in progress.
demand for a universal and comic reader. We've touched upon that. Token gated access, verify ownership of back cows, unlocking access to candy features like comic readers or early access perks. So, what if the interactive reader could get a back cow enhanced version? That would be so good, and actually reinstates the fact that back cows mean something, because they've been kind of dead all year. Really,
Mhm.
let's face it. Members suggested maintaining incentives to keep assets on Candy by offering platform-specific benefits like airdrops, exclusive content. I think they've thought about this as well, the team, but it's just
Yeah.
good to highlight. This dual
Yep.
system can encourage both on-platform engagement, off-platform interoperability, balancing collector flexibility with platform value. Community concerns about current developments, lack of clear communication. So, yeah, there has been a huge drop-off in comms for the last,
Mhm.
since like the staff changes. And I hope that's something that could get addressed because obviously that long silence is kind of sucks. It sucks, really.
Mhm.
Um,
Well, when you say a lack of communication, like I send so many emails out, like sometimes 2, 3 a day. I don't know what that lack of I people are unsubscribing because they get too many emails. So I don't know what that means, lack of communication.
no,
I
so no, so you don't understand. So when Matt was heading up the project, he was there in spaces like every single day. Literally, I
Mhm.
don't think you can have a less like Andrew was in Discord all the time and he
Yep.
hopped up on the spaces. Like I don't think you can have you need like literally visibility all the time, right?
Mhm.
So to
I'm
me,
only one person. I can't do it all.
no,
You
no,
know, What did you say the other day? How like the marketing person like does what 70, 80% of the what was it that you said?
Yeah, the marketing and the community engagement is like 80% of this whole thing.
Mhm,
Because if
mhm.
you stop talking about something, people are gonna move on because there are other projects out there.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
So many things in the world going on that catch our attention. I am ADHD, so I always like it's hard for me to pay attention to one thing.
I'm sorry.
Um, okay, Prez, stop interrupting.
Yeah, sorry. Uh, but yeah,
Yeah,
continue.
so I get it. It's just it's tough for me to I get very little sleep already enough as it is that it's hard for me to like just be on that on, on
Mm.
spaces all of the time and do all of my other work and run all of the meetings internally.
But is it because of the big announcement?
Is that
Will you
because
will you have more people potentially?
yes, potentially, yes.
Okay, awesome. I mean, Matt should have just stepped in, really, to be honest, as part of the stream. Okay, perfect. Lastly, potential fixes and ideas. Members expressed concern about planned features, hope that feedback from better program will be implemented. Okay, but you're giving that now. Suggested solutions include flow between external platforms needing used to move assets while retaining access to features like comic reader. Okay, so more interoperability stuff, making wallets interoperable, members drew comparisons to platforms like Discord, whereas token gating successfully used to manage access to exclusive content. Candy could adopt similar approach, leveraging wallet connections to unlock access without requiring assets to be housed exclusively on their platform. So more interoperability stuff.
Yep.
Um, there's hope that Candy will address these challenges and implement solutions that reflect community feedback. Members emphasized the importance of communication and collaboration, urging DC and Candy to prioritize interoperability, utility, and collector satisfaction.
Got it.
Oh, I got through everything. Okay, perfect. All right, now we could talk a little bit more loosely. Um,
Do you want to hear about what's coming up for December?
yes, please.
Thank
By the way, we appreciate everything you do, and apologies if I interrupted you. I'm
you.
an excitable guy. I try to get through everything.
No
Please,
worries. No
please
worries at all.
take it
Okay,
away.
so we've got more absolutes coming. We've got Absolute Superman number 2,
Okay.
um, Absolute Batman number 3,
Okay. Yes.
Unlimited number 2, Wonder Woman number 3,
Okay.
Absolute Wonder Woman number 3.
Okay.
And then someone asked earlier about a superpower pack. We do have one that's releasing tomorrow, Superpower Pack Series Sweater Weather. So these are really cool. So the interiors of them are the comic themselves, the original comic, and then the
Mhm.
exterior, the cover is really cute. They're like winter themed, but I wish I could show you.
Okay.
You'll see tomorrow. The email goes out tomorrow. You'll see them.
Okay.
Yeah, they're really cute, and they're kind of like I want to say a little more adult themed because
Hmm.
like when I look at them, I'm like, that's it's not as regular DC as as you would typically expect.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
yeah,
No,
they're
I
kind of cool.
really, yeah, I really enjoyed them. Really enjoyed Absolute as well.
We have some other like we've got Weird War Tales number 93. That's where what is it called? Crypto, sorry, the commando sorry about that. Creature Commandos. You know how it's coming out on Max on December 5th? We're doing a same day drop as that. I don't
Hmm.
know if you know what's a
Nice.
Creature Commandos, but
Yes.
we've got that coming out. We've got Hawkman number 4,
Hmm.
Action Comics number 93. That was just a Christmas themed kind of. And then Flash Comics number 1.
Hmm. Okay. Perfect. So like yeah, like something that's for the old comic collectors. Okay. Perfect.
Yes.
Oh wow.
Mhm.
Um, and obviously maybe part two. No, maybe,
Yes.
maybe.
Hopefully before the end of the year we can do the part 2 because oh my god, I cannot wait to tell you guys.
Hmm. So,
I'm so
have you guys
excited.
thought about something like leaderboards? I know we've
We've
lightly
thought
touched
about it,
on.
yes.
Mhm.
thought about that. We've also thought about, um, possibly like a rewards point system. We haven't like, pitched it to DC yet or anything. So
Mhm.
it's just like thoughts and ideas. We're always constantly brainstorming on how else we can improve the community, what else we can give the community, because we've got tons of ideas. We're not short of that, that's for sure. It's just something that, it's the bandwidth, it's the getting approvals, getting everyone on board, all that stuff.
Mhm. Hmm. I got through my stuff. Now, obviously, the hour is nearly done, and I probably rushed a lot of it. But how are you feeling with everything? Do you think it's been crazy over there, or
Oh
how is
yeah,
it?
it's been very crazy. So first of all, I'm like I said at the beginning, I'm extremely saddened that I don't have my buddies, with me anymore. And it's different when you can still talk to them, not about work stuff, but just I text them all the time, email them, and talk to them on the phone. But it's different. It's almost like your favorite character on a TV show was killed off. It's when they're not there with you at work anymore. So that's how it feels. I'm very, very saddened by it. Like I
Hmm.
cried. But I'm also extremely, extremely excited for what's coming next. Like, oh, you guys, I cannot wait. I can't wait. I wish I could tell you today. I was really hoping it would be today.
Hmm. Yeah, me too. Kind of sad that we're sort of finishing off. Well, what is that behind you on your left, by the way? What is that behind
Oh,
you?
you mean my Apple Vision Pro?
Oh, yeah. I need to go get one, like something similar.
So I have to say it's extremely heavy. I bought like aftermarket parts for it, like this little thing, so that I removed the bigger one, but it's still heavy.
Okay.
Um, I did the same with my MetaQuest. Whatever it's called now, they keep changing the name.
Hmm.
I bought like aftermarket parts for it, and it made it lighter. But this one, it's still so heavy. Like I can only wear it for an hour at a time.
There's some Ray-Ban stuff that released, yeah, as well. Hmm.
But it doesn't do the same thing as this. Like the
No.
Ray-Ban, I have the Ray-Bans, and those you could use it as a phone. You can use it as you could record video. You could take photos, but that's about it. You can't get on the internet. This one you can. You could I can even get like I can tie it to my Mac and just like see my whole desktop like in the air.
Hmm.
That's the coolest part. That's what I like the best. So I can
Hmm.
work that on and then I could use my keyboard and my mouse with it. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's
Yeah, I
just
mean, it's really heavy, yeah, as you said.
mhm, yeah.
I mean, what I did find, and I guess it was you just need to log on Candy right now. But I guess at the back of the Absolute Batman and stuff like that, there's a new Batman game, isn't there? For the MetaQuest.
Oh, I
Yeah.
haven't seen.
Yeah. Let me just see it. It's
That's
logged.
cool. Do you know what the like what the game is about?
I mean, Spider's been playing it a lot. Um, Need to find it. It's at the back of the actual comic. Um, it's literally at the back. Give me a second. Just trying to find it. I think it's at the very back. Hmm. Must be one of the newer ones. I'm just trying to find it right now. But it's like a Batman VR game. Might be an
Oh,
absolute.
that's cool.
Yeah, might be an absolute Batman too. I mean, we would be cool to get our Batcows in there, in the
That would be cool.
metaverse. That would be awesome. Ah,
Yes, that
if
would
I could
be
have if I could have a wish list, like literally, that would be on top of the wish list.
same.
Just trying to find it. I have to find it. I have
Okay.
to. Um,
What? You didn't mention my hat. Do you like my hat?
I love your
Or
I love your Catwoman. Yes, absolutely. It looks so good. It looks so good. This one. This one. This game.
Oh,
I gotta play it.
ooh,
You
download
got
it.
you gotta get it and tell me how it is.
Yeah, I will.
Arkham Shadow, yes. So yeah, I gotta get me one of these anyway. Um, no, that would just be a cool thing.
Yeah, I'll get it and I'll tell you all about it.
Hmm. Can we get a date when we will get the announcement?
So
Back up.
originally, the date was supposed to be like end of November was when I was supposed to find out.
Hmm.
We were supposed to get all the details, and we still haven't gotten the details. That's why I wanted to schedule this today because I thought that by today I'd be able to share it with you guys.
Hmm.
But unfortunately, that didn't happen. So I'm hoping in a couple of weeks. I don't know. I haven't heard from leadership yet. So when I do, I will schedule the part two.
Will we be happy with this big announcement?
Yes, very, extremely. I think so.
Okay.
It's big. Let's just say that.
Hmm.
And maybe I could drop a hint.
Yes, please.
So if you guys remember back in, I think it was April that I hosted an X Space with this other team. I think it was April, May timeframe.
Okay.
So that's the only hint I can give you.
Okay.
That
All right, detectives. I need you to jump on this case right the heck now. Scour the archives from April in X. And maybe to finish off the stream, we can wear our masks for you. What do you think, Shay?
My Catwoman asked, yeah.
Yes, please. So let's close this off. Anything final? Thank you so much for coming on. Um,
For having
thank you
me.
so much. Honestly, like this has been fun. I look forward to this. Like, man, like this is like really important to me, to a lot of people, to current and ex community members. Thank you so much for coming on. Yeah, we appreciate you, and appreciate the community. Thank you for coming on. Is there anything
Thank
that hmm
Well, I was just going to say thank you to all of you for your patience and understanding and your passion. I mean, I love that. I have not seen any other community or group who just like has so much passion for a shared interest. And I love that. That just like, sorry, this thing is making my eyes weird. And I feel like it's just so unique, and that's what makes this community just so impressive and amazing and awesome. And I think that I am so lucky to be able to just be here,
Mhm.
and continue to work with you guys. I will do everything I can, everything and anything I can to, to continue not just what we kind of set out for at the beginning, but also to continue to bring new and amazing and fun experiences. I will do my best.
Oh, okay. Let's cut it there. Thank you so much. I
Thank you.
cannot wait for the second coming of Shay.
I can't wait to share the news with you guys.
Oh, this is so awesome. I cannot wait for you to come back with something great.
Yes, me too.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right.
Bye, everyone.
Speak soon.